Along with the additive identity of a number, we have to talk about the additive inverse. The additive inverse is nothing but a fancy way of saying the opposite of some number or some value. So if you hear the term additive inverse, it's just simply talking about the opposite of that number. So we'll go again with the variable a. So if I have a plus, now the opposite of a, or the additive inverse of a, would simply be negative a. Now this is not typically used on the elementary level. We're getting into a little algebra here, but a plus the opposite of a is equal to 0, okay? So let's say a is going to be the number 15. So if I have 15, well, the opposite of 15 is negative 15. And if I take 15 plus negative 15, I'm going to get 0. So this is the additive inverse. Now we're talking about negative numbers, which are called integers, when we start talking about the inverse. Also, we want to keep in mind that in this case, let's say we start out with a negative value. So let's say I start out with, I'm going to use a different example, negative 12, okay? Well, negative 12, the opposite or the additive inverse of negative 12 is positive 12. We don't have to necessarily put that positive sign there, but if I add those two together, I will still get 0. So the additive inverse of a number is nothing but the opposite of that number. The opposite of a positive number would be a negative number. The opposite of a negative number would be a positive number. So that's the additive inverse property.